Okay, okay, I can hear you. Yeah. So let me try and put one or two tests to explain different different test functions. So let me call it words. That's a column. So just give me different words. Let's say manipulation. Let's say almighty. Let's say Jehovah. Let's say Nigeria. United States. Okay. Now, in this, I have some few words here like education. Okay, so that you know that the first one is the heading. Let me put it. Okay, so I've put the heading. So you could see education, manipulation, almighty, Jehovah, Nigeria, United States of America. Now, what I want to easily achieve is this. I want to use different examples of test function. So let me start from the simple one. Like there's one we call left. What did I call it? Left. We have left, we have right, we have middle, and the likes. So let me start with left. As you know that anytime when that you want to use function, I will press equals the function name. Are you following, sir?
Yes, sir, I'm with you, sir.
Okay, equals the function name. Sorry, let me quickly check that I'm recording. Okay, I think recording is going on. Okay, so now left, as you can see that I've picked the left. Then I will open the parentheses. Can you see the prompt that is below? It's telling you that the test, that is, which test did you want to manipulate? Which is education, right? So that means I'll pick education.
Sir.
Now, after the test, you can see comma. So I'll put the word comma. Then after that, it says num char. The meaning of num char is that how many numbers? Maybe I want it to be 4. Then I will close my parentheses. Then I'll press enter. Can you see that is able to select the first 4 letters? And that's why most time I do tell my students, you don't really need to cram all these things. You just need to understand. Because we have thousands of functions. What will determine the function you want to use is the problem. It's very possible that you don't even know all the functions in the whole world. It's not, you can't even know all the functions. But by the time a client comes with a particular problem, what you are going to
Yes,
do is that you can easily go to Google and search what function in Excel can do this, or you use all this AI tool, and they will give you the appropriate function. So by the time they give it to you, just come to Excel or to any data analysis software and use it. So that's the simple thing that I've actually used. Like, look at the formula bar. I put left, open bracket, C2, which is education, comma what? 4. If I want to select the first 5, I'll just change the 4 to what? To 5. And I'll press enter again. So to actually get the rest, I'll just drag down and it will give me their what? Their first 5 letters. Now, I know you might be wondering, in what situation can this be effective? You know, sometimes in an organization, there could be a mistake, a general mistake. Imagine you are dealing with a data that is over 10,000 and your boss just told you that, oh, no, 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 I don't need the full stuff. I just need the abbreviation, or I just need the first 3 words. Like, are you with me, sir? Hello? 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 I can't hear you. I want to be sure you are following. Hello.
Yes, sir. I'm with you.
Okay. That's what I want to get. So now, easily, I've been able
Hello,
to.
I'm with you. I think
Okay.
it's the network. I'm with you. I'm
Okay.
hearing you, sir.
Okay, no problem. So let me continue. So
I'm with you, sir.
yeah, okay. So that means that I've been able to single-handedly within few
Yes,
seconds.
sir. I'm with you. Can you hear me, sir?
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm hearing you. Can you hear me too? Okay. So now I've been able to single-handedly get
Yeah,
the
I'm
what?
following you. I think it's the network. It's
No,
your network, sir.
and no problem. So now with that, I've been able to get the what? The first 5 letters of all the datas. So that's the meaning of what? Of left. Maybe when we are done with the class, you can try right. Using right, you also pick what? You also extract the character from the what? From the end of the string. Let's use, so this one, let me call this one left. Let me do this one as right. These are just heading. So for right also, I'll say equals right. I'll pick the right. What is the test? I'll pick education, which is C2, comma. How many characters? Maybe I need last 4. Then I'll close the parentheses and I'll press enter. Can you see? That is picking it from the what? From the extreme. And by the time I drag down, it will also what? Give me something meaningful. At the same time, I can try mid. Let me try mid. That is, I want to pick it from the middle. Now, to do this also, I'll put equals what? Mid. Now, just follow the prompt. This thing is very simple. It said test. I'm dealing with what? Education, which is C2, comma, start num. Where do you want to start with? Maybe I want to start from the third letter, comma. How many characters? I want to pick the next 3. Then I will close the parenthesis and I will press enter. Can you see? So I've actually done this for what? For middle, for each of the datas. Now, I think with this, I've been able to do a little introduction into what we call what? Test function. So the next thing I'm going to do is that let me do something that is more real life. Okay, let me form another data. For example, assuming I have the name of some students. Okay, let me did is that let me double click. I will click on equals mid. Then it will ask you test, which is education, comma, start number. That is, which number do you want to start with? I said number 3. That's why I put 3. You understand? That is, count from what is it called? Count from edu. That is from you. That's the meaning of start number. I said 3. Comma num chart. That is after the number 3. How many other numbers? And I said 3. Do you understand? Then I close the parent. So that's why you see UCA. Yeah. Is that clear?
Yes, sir. Yes,
okay. Sir. Now, after this is done, I now said, let me do something that is more realistic. For example, in a class, when we have like 6 students, I say we have first name in a separate column and their last name. So I did for 6 students, and possibly maybe on getting back to the maybe the principal, he said, no, I don't want the first name to be on a separate column and the last name on a separate column. Let both the first name and the last name be on the same column. So what I would do is that I will just call this place full name. Are you getting me? Full name. So the next thing is I will now use what we call concatenates. Concatenates is another word.
Yes, I'm with you, sir.
Okay, is another test function. The test function for combining 2 or more string together or 2 or more tests together. So let's see. I'll say equals concatenate. Can you see it has brought it? So I'll double click on it. So it's saying test one. So test one is what? The Shola, comma. Test two is what? Akao. Can you see? It's still saying comma in case you want to combine more than two, but in this case, I'm combining just what? Two different tests. So then I'll close my what? Parentheses, and I'll press enter. Then I will drag down. Are you following? Now, looking at this, fine, is correct, but there's a problem. There's no space between the first name and the last name. So how am I going to do it? So that means I will double click back. Now, immediately after the test one, I'll say comma, and I'll put quotes, space, quotes. Then I will now put comma again. That is, that quote space quote is to create a space between test one,
Yes, sir,
and test two. So now, I will now press enter. Can you see now that there is now a what? A space between the first name and the last name. Did you get that, sir? Hello? Hello? Now, after this is done, the next thing I'm going to be doing is what we call len. Len. With the function known as len, I can determine the number of what? Of letter that makes up a particular word. For example, now, maybe I want to use what? Len. Len is another function I want to use. And in this case, I want to know the number.
yes, sir, absolutely.
Okay.
Hello, sir, absolutely.
Okay. So I said I want to know the number of what? The number of letters in a particular word. And to do that, I will need to know the what? The function that can do it. So even if you don't know the function, just search in Google. It will give you the function. So the function name is len. L-E-N. L-E-N. So there, so I will say equals len. So it's saying test. Which test? I'll put education and I'll close it. I'll press enter. Can you see? It's telling me that 9 words, 9 letters. And I can drag down to know how many words, letters for the other ones. Are you getting it, sir? Now, another one that we are going to be doing is what we call upper, lower, and proper. Upper, lower, and proper. You know, there are some cases, imagine you have like 1,000 rows and your boss just called you and said, no, let everything be in capital letter. Imagine this full name. My boss is telling me that I should put it in capital letter. Will I start typing it again? No. There is always a text function that can easily do this. So how will I do it? I'll just come to another column. I can call it full name in capital. Just for you to understand, that's why I'm using these words. So that means I'll just say equals what? Upper. So I'll pick it and I'll pick the text. And I'll close present. Can you see that it has done it in what? All in capital letter. What if I want to do it all in small letter? That means I will also what? I will also use what? Lower. I will also say equals what? Lower. I'll pick the text and I will close it. I'll press enter. Can you see that it's giving me in what? In small letter. Now after this, I can also do what? Proper. Proper means that capitalize the beginning of each word. capitalize the beginning of each word so that you understand better. I can do it for this one that I put in capital letter. So that means I also say equals proper. So I'll put Shola Akao, that is in all capital. Let's see what will happen. Enter. Can you see that it has capitalized the beginning of each words? Are you following? I'm just trying to show you few of these. There are thousands of it. But all you need is what? Understand how to use these functions. Understand how to use these functions. There are projects on a normal day that I've done for millions. It's not as if by the time I got the job, it's not as if I know everything that will make me to be successful in what? In solving the problem. But one thing that I always tell my students as a data analyst is that you must have self-competence. There's nothing you want to do, there's always a function that can do it. The worst thing that can happen is that if you don't know the function, so quickly go to Google and ask what function in Excel, what function in SPSS, what function in SQL, whatever software you are using that can what? That can do this. And Google will give you the what? The right function. And after giving you the right function, fine, before you know, you will make a success in that particular work. So let's try few other ones. Let's try find. You know, in some cases, you might actually be looking for something. So that's why I'm going to take find and search. Then I can now give you homework to go and try others. Now, find simply means return the position of a substring within a string. What is the meaning of position? Okay, for example now, Shola now. Inside this Shola that is in H2, can you tell me the position of 0? The position of 0 is 3 now. So let's try it. Let's try find. Find. So that means I just say equals find. There's no need to cram. Just follow how computer is helping you. Said the person is what? Find tests. Find what? Test. That is, which test are you finding? That means I'm finding O. So I'll put the O. I'll put the O. Right? Comma. You must make sure you quote it so that computer will not be confused. Quote the O. Comma. He said within test. Which tests? Do you understand? Which test? So he's asking you that which test are you actually what? Finding it in what? In Shola. Close my brackets. Now press enter. Can you see? It's telling you that it's in 3. So I can double click to actually get the rest. Are you following? Now the same thing, you know why it's putting hash value? You know, I'm looking for what? For 0. And in other ones, there's no 0. In father arrow, there's what? There's 0. And it's in number 7. In Orebe, let me see. In Orebe, is still putting over. Let me see. 0. Oh, you know, it's small letter. Sorry, it's small letter O that I use. And the Orebe is capital letter. That's why it's not doing it. And for John it's giving you the right value. Do you understand all this thing? So all you just need is what? Make sure you follow the what? The prompt below each function. If you can follow the prompt below each function, I can tell you there is no function that you will not be able to use. Exactly. There's also another very important function. We call it trim. The reason why I'm taking you trim is because it's another function that we will need by the time we are doing data analysis, you know, and data modeling. Most time there's what we call data cleaning. For example, now you want to build a model with a particular data, you will need to remove the unnecessary space that is there. Maybe it could be typographical error, or maybe while they are copying it, or while they are collecting the data. So in this case, the best thing you need to do is what? You use trim. What I call it? Trim. Let me give you an example now. Let me see if I can just do some dummy work. Here, I'm coming. Let's say this place, I just put some, okay, this Sholana. Let me just put some unnecessary space. Maybe due to mistake. Unnecessary space, unnecessary space, unnecessary space. So I want to use trim now. Trim. So let me put it immediately after that column. Insert, I want to create a new column. So I'll just come here, I'll say equals what? Equals trim. Test. I'll pick the test and I'll close. After that, I'll press enter. Can you see that it has done it for us? Do you know the meaning? The meaning of trim is what? Remove all extra spaces except single space. Do you understand? So if there's a single space, it can leave it. But if there is extra space, like two spacing, it will what? It will remove it for you. So I think what I'm going to do now is that let me stop here. You can actually take your time at least to test what I'm saying. Go to Google and type what? Different test functions. It will give you a lot of it. Just use it in your Excel and you will see that you'll be able to do it as well. So I hope you've really gotten one or two things in the class. I'm just doing this to get you prepared for the next phase of topics that I'm going to be covering in advanced Excel. And I've told you in the beginning that it is called lookup and reference, where we'll be taking all this VLOOKUP, all this HLOOKUP, all these index, match, and choose is here. Let me show you. Just go to, I think it's under formula. Go to lookup and reference. Can you see them? We'll be covering them. This is what we'll be covering. At least within a week or a week and a half, we'll be able to cover this. So thanks so much. So immediately after the class, I will try to drop the pre-recorded video for you. So thank you. Please, can you hear me at all? Hello? Oh my God. Yes.